Hey folks, myself and my buddy IDED are back here with some more Victor Vran. In the last, at the end of the last episode, we realized that we had to go through and finish up some of those caves again. We did that, and now the next thing, oh, and what was the lady's name that we met up with? Irene, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
So we found
Irene or whatever.
I think, well, okay. I don't remember. I can't be bothered to remember either. Anyway, but now we have to confront the queen. Do you remember what we're confronting her about? Because I don't really remember.
No, I don't pay attention to the text.
Welcome back, hunters. We are happy to see you both alive and well.
She's happy to see us alive and well, she says.
I believe you know something that you're not
but
telling
apparently she's
us,
hiding
Your
stuff from
Majesty.
us.
What is your role in the fate of Zagoravia?
And apparently it's the Well of Worlds. Oh, cutscene.
The Well of Worlds, Your Majesty.
The Well of Worlds is my blessing and my curse, hunter. It is a source of power hidden in our lands. A doorway to countless worlds beyond our own. I unsealed it many years ago to save myself from a mortal sickness. The Red Plague doesn't care if you are a peasant girl or a princess. I became sick on my 18th birthday. My skin withered. My hair started to fall out. Vile red pustules covered my entire body. The healer said that I would never live to see the spring. All except one, Gabriel. He didn't have the power to heal me, but he knew of eldritch forces that could. He offered me salvation, a dark pact with the forces beyond the Well of Worlds. I would have 13 years of health before they came to claim me. My signature in blood was on the pact. For everyone, my complete and swift recovery was a miracle. Yet I knew it was anything but. Gabriel was made Lord of Zagoravia. Before he disappeared, he left a parting gift. A spell that would deceive the demons. I thought I was safe, and many blissful years passed. On the reckoning night, the demons swarmed to claim me, but they could not see nor recognize me. And all of Zagoravia paid the price that was mine to pay. You know the rest of the story yourself.
Oh, all right then.
This is my
So
story.
it was all kind of dark.
The
Basically,
sins of a
she
scared,
just screwed
dying
everyone.
young girl.
So,
Because she didn't like the fact that she was
Boromir
covered
knew
in
of your dark pact,
ready
Your Majesty.
pustules.
An ancient spirit
And so
has
that she
confused
doomed the
you.
whole
we
of
do
her
not know
nation
where
for
the
the
old
sake of
Tsar
her life.
perished,
Because
but
she
we
just
can
only
point
hit
you in the
18 and could now
direction.
go out partying.
Thank
So
you
she
for all your
sucks
effort.
as a princess, really.
Yeah, she kind of does suck as a princess. I agree. She just basically screwed over her city.
Yeah. No self-sacrifice there. You know?
No, not
no
at
noble,
all.
noble vigor or anything there. Just like, yeah, you know,
Yeah.
you lot can all die. You're all peasants. Now I've got to re-talk to all these people again. They've got the little thing above their heads to say, hey, talk to them.
Oh, all right.
Remember, my son,
Okay.
There we go. And now you can trade with them again. Use the map to
Hunters,
travel to the High Quarter. Yeah, I wonder what they're doing in the High Quarter, Mal.
There's some other guy we're supposed to go after, she said.
Right.
A hunter survives on skill above all.
I thought in the High Quarter there may be people getting high. Maybe.
Let's see. Yeah, the High Quarter. Here we go. All right, so quench the gallows flames. 3 of those. Slay Bart, Bundy, and Berta. Oh,
You reckon it's
okay.
Bart Simpson by any chance?
I don't know.
I'm just hopeful.
All right, I'm going
Summon and
there.
slay evil lights hidden inside the haunted lanterns and solve the
have I
mystery of the
told
haunted
you how
pumpkin.
much I admire
Yeah,
your
Mal.
hat, Victor?
Sherlock Mal
It goes well with your
and Dr. IDED
distinctive,
to solve the mystery of the haunted
yet
pumpkin.
not entirely ridiculous. If I were a tough and dandy person, I'd
Tell you one
wear a
mystery I
hat
will solve though.
exactly like
The
yours.
mystery of all the
Man walks
unbroken
down the
boxes.
street with a hat like that, you know he's not afraid of anything.
I'm not sure if I like this. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know that I like the sword.
No, not really to your taste.
It's okay. I think I like the rapier better though. I'm gonna jump down here.
Yeah, I like the rapier to be quite honest. I think it's just faster. I know it's only one target rather than multiples, but it does the job quite nicely.
feel like it's harder to control this.
Yeah, it's more of a sort of swinging, arching swing rather than a kind of refined combat weapon, isn't it? Feels more like you're controlling a Zweihander or something like that, like a dual-handed weapon.
Yeah.
Than an actual sword, because I don't know many people who swing a sword kind of like that, but, you know, each their own, each their own. So, last episode we talked purely about the game, didn't we, Mal? We did that whole thing, see? We gave everyone the opportunity to not hear us rant about random stuff. I thought we were quite good with that, didn't you?
I think secretly, whether they admit it or not, they just want to hear us talk about all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, well, this is it. This is what I thought. But, you know, so we've done one without any talking about other side stuff. So maybe we should return to our prior style of talking about random crap, because you know we both like to talk about crap.
Because reasons.
Yeah, exactly that. So we talked about one of your favourite series. See, I'm trying to think of, have you watched any of the Flash recently? Have you been watching that?
Oh my lord. Okay, so first off, probably my favorite show. Okay?
Ah, right, so you've been watching it then.
Probably my favorite show. And just so everybody's got a point of reference, we're recording this towards the end of April. And it was the episode where he faces off with a really big baddie. A really big baddie. I don't want to say what, because I don't want to spoil for people. But what I'm just going to say it.
So
what the hell with that episode? Like, I thought, I was like, what is going on?
So what did you not like about it then? What was the...
Okay, what did he think was going to happen? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I suppose.
Well, you know, you're going to make a deal with the big baddie, and the big baddie is going to be like all cool or whatever just because? Come on now.
Because reasons, man. Because reasons.
It was a pretty stupid episode, I thought.
Yeah, it was. I have to admit. I have enjoyed the series, though, up to this point.
No,
There's some cool fights and stuff.
I love the series. And actually, you know, the Justice League movie that they got planned for a couple years from now, I won't be seeing that movie.
Why not?
Because I think it's absolutely like a brain damage maneuver on their part that they didn't cast Flash as Flash. They cast some other guy. Like, really? What are you thinking?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Like, what are you
thinking?
thinking?
They've got a bad habit for that for movies. Like, they're like, you know, you're TV actors. You haven't got the skills to be part of a movie.
I guarantee
or maybe it's
you.
the other guys who are movie actors just, you know, bitching about it.
I guarantee you. I'm not the only person that's gonna say, nah, I'll pass on that.
Yeah, well, he's a young Flash, though, isn't he? So I don't know.
So's the guy they cast.
Oh, is it? I said
he's not
for an older Flash.
Nah, he's not much older. If they had done that, I think I would have been okay with it. But they're not.
Oh well.
And it's not a different. And it's not a different world. Not a different world Flash. It's still.
I have to admit, I like the way they did that in the series as well with the dual worlds. So I really enjoyed like the Flashpoint paradox and stuff like that, and other things like that. There's some of the Justice League stuff. And they did a really good job of the dual world thing. I like the way that they brought that into the series. That was rather cool, I thought. I don't know.
I think they've done with the World 52 storylines. They've done a good job with it.
Yeah,
and it's not exactly like the comics, but I mean, realistically, it's not gonna be. Yeah, but it was still good.
Yeah, no, definitely. I really enjoyed it, and I suppose we might be hitting some spoilers during this chat, I suppose, but it's just going to be an acceptance of having this conversation, I suppose. But, you know, I really like the way that they played the other Flash off from the other universe and stuff like that, and, you know, I enjoyed the way it all sort of came together, so to speak, when you suddenly realise it was, like, him going back in time and stuff, and other bits and pieces, to create this whole facade, this elaborate plan. And it can,
it can be, you know, I don't want to say hard to follow, but it's not like you have to pay attention.
Some of the other ones I've seen, where they've done a really atrocious job of doing this whole dual world thing, and you know, where they keep on flicking between different sequences and stuff, like Butterfly Effect and stuff, which was extremely hard to follow the first time. You had to watch it at least a couple of times if you've watched that film.
I have.
Yeah, so it's like that. That was an extremely complex way of doing that film, and I suppose it was intentionally done to make it hard to follow, because that way you had to rewatch it and then you'd notice stuff and you'd be like, oh, that's ingenious and stuff. But you know, I'm sure they could have achieved it in a different way. And I kind of like the way they did the Flash one because it was kind of a bit. It's still easy watching. It's not.
Yeah.
It still obviously
Yeah.
requires focus, but not to the degree where you're going to be like, "Well, I need to rewatch the series now to understand."
Well, you know what
I
I really like about it too is that yes, it's a quote unquote superhero show or what have you, but at its soul, it's I think it's telling a really good story about this family. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
think it's very much
Yeah, it's still like a drama. So to speak.
it's like one part family crime drama deal, and then one part superhero show, and I think that they do a really good job of that.
Yeah, they did a good job making it interesting and stuff. Because, like, well, most people get some hate for this. I watched Gotham a lot, and I thought Gotham was alright, but I still don't have as much love for Gotham as I have for Flash because I find it hard to connect to the characters.
I've watched Gotham sporadically. It's not really my thing. I used to watch Arrow, but I don't really watch that anymore because I
found that really hard to get into.
It was pretty good. I thought, like the first 2 seasons. I think you know what the problem is. The problem is that why watch? I mean, you could watch both, of course, but Arrow compared to Flash, like Flash is so good. It's like meh. I'm good. I'll watch the Flash. Well, Arrow's on too. Meh. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, they did some crossovers, didn't they? I did see that.
I like the crossovers. Now, have you watched what's it called? Legend of Tomorrow. Have you watched that at all?
Oh, what, DC Legends?
Yeah, DC Legends or whatever. Yeah.
I watched the first couple of episodes, and didn't really get into it. I kind of felt it was like a load of no-name heroes that you don't really care about.
I liked the fact that it was kind of like an action adventure show with like a different theme every week versus just superhero stuff. The problem with that show, I think, is that it clearly just does not have the budget.
Yeah.
You know
what I mean?
mean?
They're trying to do.
Yeah.
It's just comically bad at points.
You know, like even in the pilot, which you think they would have gone all out. So there's one guy from the future who's a mercenary or whatever, time mercenary, and he's there trying to get what's his face, and they're like basically all fighting him, and just conveniently the doctor and the other guy that make up Firestorm, they're not connected, right? Because they can't be connected because they don't have the money for that effect. It's like no, we gotta limit that. So none of that business. And
yeah, I suppose that's,
well, and I like some of those other characters. Like I like there's Lifeless House and Cemetery Grounds. Oh, Hawk Girl is hard to get behind that character. She's
this is what I mean. They're kind of all the characters that you don't really back here where we didn't bother doing.
All right,
they're all the kind of the crappy characters that you don't really care about. And I was just like, well, I found it really hard to get into it because I don't really like those characters anyway. And as you say, it felt like it had such a weak budget for what it was trying to be.
Yeah, it's an incredibly ambitious show, and it doesn't have the resources to pull it off.
Perhaps they want to be friends.
So it just looks kind of haphazardly packy the whole way through. I was just like, well, you kind of killed it for me right there with that. They could have done some great stuff, but instead they kind of under budget and obviously still tried to pull it off. And they've done a good job. There's some cool stuff in there with the Ant-Man style stuff and other bits, but I don't know, they're all just really weak heroes in my opinion. They're the characters that you never get into in the series for the exact same reason. Even the cartoons don't bother focusing on these characters because they're not really that interesting. It kind of feels like, hey, we had the budget to buy a couple of characters from like DC, so we bought these ones because these were in our budget remit to get. So we couldn't do the Justice League series. We just did the
Well, no. I don't think it had
series.
anything to do with whether or not they had the budget to get the IP. They have access to the IP. Those are sanctioned by DC. I think the issue was these are characters that are not necessarily iconic, and therefore we can put them in a TV series and sort of manage the budget. And they weren't. My guess is it's the other part of it was, like we're not going to use the Atom for Justice League. That's not going to happen, right? So we might as well use him for this. And I like Brandon Routh, right? I think he's a good guy, and I'm one of maybe the minority that thought he did a good job when he did play Superman. Having said that, as Adam, I mean, it looks like the suit. Is it just me, or does it look like it's something you and I could have built in our garage?
Well, that was it. Kind of like a cosplay, rather than an actual like big budget film sort of style thing. But yeah, so that's my whole problem with that series, and that's why I think I kind of enjoyed. You know, I watched The Flash, and I do watch Gotham, and those are about the only two I really watch out of the superhero things that are on. I didn't really think, you know, Jessica Jones is alright, but once again, not really.
Jessica, actually, I did not think Jessica Jones was really all that great. You know, it was the villain that made that series worth watching.
Yeah.
Right?
This is my point. It feels, that's what I mean, it feels weak and just, I don't know. I just couldn't, there's so many of these superhero shows just being sort of pumped out at the moment. It just doesn't feel like a lot of them are worth the hassle. Go on then, touch the pumpkin now.
No matter.
I did think that the second season, did you watch the second season of Daredevil?
Yes, I have. I've completely watched that through.
I thought that was pretty darn good.
I don't know, but I still have an issue with that the whole concept of the Daredevil character. I don't know, it annoys me slightly. Just because I feel it's one of those kind of PC things, I suppose, with like the way people view stuff. But my issue with it is that out of all the crappy heroes, he has to be one of the crappiest, because it kind of feels derogatory to anyone who's disabled. Hey, you know, you're a blind superhero, so what's your superpower? Oh, my superpower, oh, it's being normal, I can see.
But he can't see.
So he's average guy, man.
He's not. He can't. It's not.
Well, the way they play it off is he sees through sound and stuff. So basically, he just becomes an average guy. His superpower isn't anything that's super. I suppose you could call it super hearing. He can hear from a distance, but then so can I with an easily attainable piece of equipment.
Oh, really? Really? And you can process said sounds like instantly? Blocks away, miles away. You can hear people's heartbeats. Come on now.
Well, yeah,
come on now.
There is that factor, but you can get hearing equipment that does that, basically. So, but I just don't know. I felt it was kind of derogatory, the fact that his superpower just basically meant he was normal. He's just got martial arts, so he's like kind of like blind Bruce Lee. But he can see, as they portray it in the series.
I'm a Daredevil fan, so I'm just gonna have to say, pish posh to you. I'm gonna say pish posh to you.
Series, but. Like, that to me, just, I don't know, I feel the actual concept of the hero itself is just a bit weak and a bit derogatory.
Well,
just like,
because, you could say that about a bunch of the characters that were made, though.
Yes, of course.
I mean, come on now.
Built during an era where there wasn't that kind of political correctness there to guide them, I suppose. So
I'm perfectly fine with their no political correctness, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the deal with the... Oh, new suits?
New suits?
Yeah, new suits.
That's the thing is, you know, I have a problem with a lot of superheroes for that, like Superman being completely crap, because it was just the I win the superhero creation war because I've got the ultimate hero, basically, and stuff like that. Some of them just feel weak and badly done because of the fact that it was just, when they were created, it wasn't about that hero, it was about being one up on the competition with the DC Marvel war sort of thing.
I got the Zealot's outfit now. So
You're a zealot. You're a Daredevil zealot. You're a Daredevil fan.
So I'm more tanky.
But yeah, so don't get me wrong. I do enjoy the Daredevil series. Otherwise, I wouldn't have obviously binge watched all of it. But
no, I think it's pretty clear that what's his name, John Bethram or whatever, as the Punisher, in my opinion, was like the highlight of the second season.
Yeah, actually, I think they really did a good job of portraying the character of the Punisher as well. I did really like that interpretation of him.
I also think that it's kind of funny that a lot of people were critical of him being cast. He wasn't tall enough. He couldn't be intense enough. And I'm like, he can't be intense enough. Apparently, you never watched him as Shane in The Walking Dead. The guy's definitely intense enough. I don't know what the hell people were talking about with that. So it was cool to see that play out well, where ultimately I think he was pretty much universally praised, at least from what I saw.
Yeah.
Are you in here with me? Where are you at?
No, I was leveling up.
Oh, all right. I see how you are.
Doing my own thing. Yeah. Getting sorted out, you know, changing my outfit. That stuff that you just went ahead and did in the middle of combat. You know, it's fine. Fine, man. It's fine. Yeah, I think I chose the Zealot's outfit as well because I could do with the extra health, to be honest.
Yeah, health, and I think he gives armor too.
Yeah, high armor and additional 500 health, apparently.
That's a lot, actually. 500 health is quite a bit.
But yeah, so I don't know. So yeah, I just think, I really enjoyed the Daredevil series, but I think the character itself is a weak concept. I'm actually really impressed with how good they made that show, considering what they were working with character-wise.
Well, I think one of the reasons why it was strong is because they drew from the best stories across decades of Daredevil stories. So I thought that was clearly the smart play on their part.
Yeah, no, very true. I suppose when you've got so much backlog of material to work with, then I suppose it's slightly easier. And I think he's a more endearing hero, I suppose. Which is a big factor, because that's what I find is a lot of it to do with any show. As long as you can identify with the characters in some way. One
of the things that makes Daredevil somewhat unique, and always has, is the fact that he's sort of both guided by and then also tortured by, in some respects, his faith, right? And in most comics, there isn't much discussion about that. I mean, mysticism, sure, spirituality, yes, but in terms of like organized religion, I can't really think of too many characters that are like that. And I think that gives it a unique. I think that makes the character unique. That he, he's sort of what he would call himself as like a failed Catholic, right? Because he knows what he's doing is, objectionable, but he feels like he has to do it, that he has this calling. And I also thought it was very cool in the series, at least, that they captured the relationship with like his parish priest, right? That he's sort of like, he's basically telling him, you got to do what you got to do. Who's to really say? Which I thought was interesting, and I was surprised, one, with the way things are these days, that
they're willing to do that.
That they were willing to take that risk, because especially in the States still, I don't know about over there, though I have some ideas. You're talking about, that's sort of like the third rail, right? You don't talk about that.
Of course.
Are we done here?
The fact they,
we're not.
Now.
Okay.
But I like the way they highlighted that relationship and that belief structure with him and the Punisher as well, with the different way they conduct themselves with crime fighting.
Right.
I thought that was clever play. Very clever play, realistically.
Yeah, I mean, he on one hand, he respects the fact that Daredevil's willing to do something, but on the other hand, he considers him a half measure.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not willing to really do what's to be done.
Yeah, you're not going to actually solve the problem completely. You're just going to keep going through this, like, as they call it, revolving door system with prisons and stuff.
Right, exactly.
And so they all come back, but then it's because he believes that everyone's got a second chance. Everyone's got the right to try and reform themselves and stuff. I really like that play, if you know what I mean. It's nicely done, and I think that the relationship between him and Punisher really highlighted that. And in such a beautiful way, the way it was done through the character development and stuff, sort of show them as opposing sides of the same coin. But then at the end, they work together quite literally, like they are the opposing sides of the one coin. But with Daredevil stopping him from killing people continuously as the episode go on, so to speak. I thought it's kind of humorous in its own way, but it kind of puts across this good moral, like, sort of fiber of the character of Daredevil, which is really
he
cool.
Also, he was doing the same thing with Elektra, right? He was like, no, we can't kill him. And I'm like, I understand, the way the character is, but at some point, the people that are trying to kill you and harm others, it's I think you cross that line to where there's, I don't know, what would you say? Natural law, right? I mean, at some point, there's a justification.
Yeah. Well, this is it. I think it varies into that Batman style of things where he won't kill anyone.
Well, you know what? Now
The
the one redeeming, or actually, I guess there was several. I haven't seen it, but apparently in the new Batman vs Superman movie, he does.
Oh yeah, well to be honest with you, like because I've done my homework and I love the Batman cartoon stuff. He kills loads of people. When it comes down to it, if you want to look at the facts of the episodes and stuff that he's done, he kills people on a regular occasion. Not specifically by intent or his own actions in the essence of actually physically killing them. He leaves people to die a lot though.
Yeah. Yep.
Like I remember was it one of the cartoon episodes? And there's this guy who owns this mine and stuff, and he's got like Batman as Bruce Wayne, basically as like his investigating tank, and they basically captures him, and then he's like wipes his memory and stuff, and he's all trapped in this mine, having to dig, and they're not given like much food and stuff, and they're tortured in the hot box and stuff like that, very old school sort of Wild West stuff. And then at the end, he's like, oh, I've got to go after this bad guy and stuff. And he runs into the mine, and he's got all the guys in the mine trying to kill Bruce Wayne and doing all this work. So obviously he's dressed as Batman at this point, doing all that. And then at the end, he's like, oh, you know, the mine, the fire starts, and it gets these big barrels of TNT. And he grabs this bad guy, and he throws him in this mine cart, and they obviously escape this massive like mountain sort of mine section, which is fine. So he saves the bad guy, so he can be prosecuted and stuff like that. What they don't cover is the fact that there was like 15, 20 miners you see up to this point who were all still in that mine that Batman had knocked out, or he tied them up and stuff like that. So they're all still in this mine as it explodes. So I was like, so basically you saved that one bad guy who actually most probably deserved to die. But all those innocent miners who were slaves and stuff like that. Now those guys all died.
This is the whole. Now you're bringing up the whole. The Rebel Alliance are good guys, but then they blow up the Death Star and all those innocent workers die. Yeah. Right? Because if you're building the Death Star, you need electricians and you need plumbers, and let's face it, as they said in Clerks...
There's loads of innocence.
Yeah.
There's loads of innocence on
As they said in Clerks, it's not like stormtroopers know anything about putting a toilet in, right? That's, walking straight and never hitting a target.
Voluntarily worked for the Empire, haven't they? That's the whole point of like how it works and stuff, because they are actually a part of the Empire, and so it's not like they're slaves or anything. They're actually like workmen and stuff like that, they're hired to it. So they know who they're working for, they know what the job is and stuff like that, and they know what they're doing.
So you're saying they know the risks associated with working for the Empire, so screw them? Is that what you're saying? Is that your position, IDED?
My comparison is that, whereas the guys I'm talking about are slave miners who have been I
see. Okay, so you're saying these guys were subjugated and they were true innocents, and then Batman ultimately was responsible for their deaths. So
yes, because
he's not that good a guy.
Them.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm just saying he leaves people to die a lot. I'm saying so he doesn't directly kill people in essence, but he does leave people to die in very often.
He can't be bothered to take on all that responsibility. He's got stuff to do, man.
Exactly. So when people always go on about Batman never killing anyone, he doesn't directly kill a lot of people, but he does leave a lot of people to die.
yeah, he does. Let's see. Are we supposed to go back to the castle now?
It looks like it, doesn't it? The big green X is there.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, does this thing allow us to teleport? It doesn't, does it?
No.
Oh, why do they always make us run whenever we have to go back there? But they give us teleporters from other places.
I don't know what the deal is with that, but I do know this. We're out of time.
Oh,
what? No.
I kind of have to blame you completely for
that. Anyway, folks, we'll continue our discussion about random things, and we'll keep smashing face in the next one. So I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, consider hitting that thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching. For myself and for my good buddy IDED, we will see you later.
See you soon.